Hello, well, my name's Fox, right? So the Inanimate Fox. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't really have too much kind of written down. I guess like I really have nothing written down, but I kind of just wanted to talk about this because one, I always loved making theories, stuff like that, and also a few of my theories have actually been like on the point, right? To the point where like if you look at one of my older videos, one of my oldest theories I made was about rose quartz, and I made this theory around the reveal of Stevani, like that episode. I made it around that point in time, and I nailed pretty much that she was gonna be Pink Diamond. And that's before like I ever looked at anyone else is doing that stuff. I also then later on pretty much nailed, and this was way after that, after the fact, but pretty much nailed everything for her, how, like, she came to Earth, fell in love with the planet, all this shit, and, like, literally point by point, like, everything that they said Rose did, I got on the money. And then there's something I didn't get right, and that's mostly because Star Versus is a shit show. It's not a shit show, but it's not that good. But I want to do a little bit of the Owl House, because the Owl House, I kind of got, I'm trying to think of, I got in some theories, and I've said it before, and I think it was confirmed, but like I never put it on paper, so I'm like, damn it. Like, obviously, Belos using Magitech to use magic instead of actual magic. That's pretty much been confirmed. I'll put this in as well, that however he uses the magic that he uses, as well as what Glyph magic uses, obviously, I think they said takes magic from the Titan, and that's also why, like, when Golden Guard creates a sword for Luz to use, it looks all like made of meat and stuff until it forms into a blade. I already said before in one other theory video that I'm pretty sure King and his race probably aren't born from the Titan, or maybe are literally like the descendants of the Titan, instead of being where demons just kind of come up with the muck from the Titan. And also that Luz can't use magic in the human world because there is no magic there, stuff like that. But right now, because this is probably brought up in the next episode, if not more, is this, where everyone's already been bringing it up about it and everyone's talking about it. I kind of want to give more of my two. So I kind of brought this in one of my other videos, and I want to bring it up in this one. Because this right here, obviously, Grimwalker, everyone's thinking, like, wait, does this mean that, does this mean something like, that Hunter is actually a clone of Belos, or something like that? Which, honestly, probably is the case. Like, there could be a case for it. I'm not entirely sure if really it is, but there could be a case for it. But I kind of want to give my thoughts on how the story is probably going to progress and keep going. Also, wait, Keratin. Isn't Keratin Bones Keratin? It's called Keratin, but I think it's Keratin. Weird. My thoughts on this, and like eventually what Belos' plan is. Keratin. What's keratin? A fibrous protein, main structural constitute of hair, feathers, hoofs, claws, and okay. So yeah, Palisman wood is made from the bones of the Titan, basically. Okay, but basically my thoughts on this. Grimwalker, stuff like that. I believe that Belos most likely is a Grimwalker. Hunter may also be one, but I believe Hunter is a more perfected one. That or at least maybe the next Belos to come out, or is part of his own spell and possibly a sacrificial lamb. And I'll try to explain the different points of that. But basically, obviously, there seems to be a connection between these red eyes and Hunter's red eyes. See, look, that's pretty easy. Like Hunter's red eyes, where there might be obviously a connection there. Or, at least the way I see it, maybe it could be... also, I realize you would have to be reading it this way and then this way. Or another way, like I was reading, at least when I first saw it, is because first off, we've seen all these parts already, except for the Stone Sleeper. I don't think we've seen that, but we've seen the Gladder Stone because that's what illusion magic use to increase your magical powers, heart and power. Keratin or Palestrin wood, which is what used for palismans, as well as what Luz has currently right now that he needs to carve, and also what Belos is using to heal himself, but I'll bring that up again later. And then Selkie Damas skills, which you've already seen. Bona Keratot, we haven't seen yet, I think, as well as Stone Sleeper. I don't think so. Okay, I don't think yet. Okay. But my guess is, like, first off, the first idea, that Hunter is in some way a sacrificial lamb. Actually, I think I actually probably know what this is. Okay. But the idea is Hunter a sacrificial lamb. My guess is it's probably for obviously the Day of Unity, and it brings up a few things. One, apparently, at least on the Wikipedia, and I'm not sure where the info came from, so I'm sorry if this is wrong, that Belos isn't the Coven leader of the Emperor's Coven. Golden Guard is. Which that kind of ties into why exactly is the Golden Guard the leader of the Coven, especially in the fact, why does he have that the seal on his arm? It could be for identification, but he showed that seal to the other guard, like, oh, look, that's a cute little waterproof tattoo you have there. So I don't think that's the case. I don't think like that symbol technically is for identification, because here's the thing, you gotta remember, those seals are pretty much used to seal away someone's magic and, you know, direct them in a certain thing, whether it be like direct them directly into illusion magic, abomination magic, so on and so forth. Why does Hunter have one? Identification wise, no one believed him. No one would believe it, and maybe, again, the reason why is because no other Emperor Coven Guard has that. Like, Lilith doesn't have it, and it seems like they always have it on the exact same arm, whether it be Bump or Gwendolyn, Alador, Odalia. They all, I think Odalia we've seen too, they all have the symbol on the exact same spot, like right here, but Lilith doesn't have it. Belos we haven't obviously seen. Hunter we've seen, and we haven't seen any other Emperor's Coven with their sleeves down, but it wouldn't surprise me if they all don't have that. My guess for the reason why is because I believe it's kind of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings a little bit, and mind you, I'm completely on my depth in Lord of the Rings lore, so correct me if I'm wrong. The One Ring can control all of the other rings that are given to the different races. My guess is, whatever that symbol is, it kind of connects to all the other seals, all the other symbols, stuff like that. And my guess is, whatever that symbol is, whatever his seal is probably going to channel all of the magic from everyone into, Unity, into Hunter, and make him an extremely powerful witch. Like, put out all that magic into him. Because there's no reason for him to have something that seals magic, because he doesn't have magic. All of his magic comes from a staff, from whichever staff he's wielding. And also, I forgot to mention, that is also something I confirmed, also, or something at least I thought of, and I guess it was confirmed when Luz used the staff to use Albert to use magic, that, yeah, you don't need you don't need one of those, the heart thing, you just need, like, a magical staff, and it works, too. My guess is, again, the first part, that all of that magic, that Belos is going to use it to channel all of his magic, or all of the magic from all the other witches or covens or something like that, into Hunter, to make him a super witch, probably. Like, to make him have magic. Why is this the case? I'm not entirely sure. One, I think this is giving a lot of info right here on this page. Because right here you see, obviously, baby, then you see a kid, and I believe an adult. Or at least maybe a teen, maybe. And obviously it has a little check mark there. So whatever this ritual is, it has to happen when he's a kid. When he's the age he is now, I'd imagine, where he's a kid, where he's not an adult yet, he's not a baby, he's in between, and right there is when is doing. I think the red eyes are indication of maybe a more perfected clone, or maybe is a creation of like, okay, this is a perfected Grimwalker or a clone and stuff like that. My guess is Belos is a Grimwalker as well, but him not having red eyes, him having this, messed up face with like the wood coming out of him, where you can, this wood mud monster and all this stuff, is showing that he actually isn't a perfected one. Like, my guess is the whole bit with the red eyes and everything is a symbolism of he's at a transition point to where he can receive all this magic and stuff like that and become perfected. When your eyes turn blue or change color or whatever like that, you're slowly basically dying. Whatever spell made you, which again, looking at this, the heart and power comes from a Galder stone. The keratin or like bones or whatever comes from Palisman wood. Stone Sleeper, lungs. And then the skin of like Sulkydamus and bone of Ortez, whatever. All this stuff, I'm pretty sure is like what Belos is literally made of. That is literally what he's made of. And like, but whatever reason, they couldn't, the spell wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfected. And that's why Belos looks like this. While Hunter, assuming he is also a Grimwalker, assuming he is also one of these creatures, which I think is probably very similar because of the cut in his ear is pretty much is the exact same that Belos has. Like, it's on the exact same spot and everything. The only difference is his ears are smaller, or his ears are bigger. But my guess is Belos is obviously trying to make Hunter into a perfect Grimwalker, whether that be him being reborn again or Hunter as a full, almost kind of full witch. That like these guys are actually just clones in a sense of the original of Philip. But then there's the part where people said like, oh, Hunter probably is going to get possessed and do a whole Orochimaru shit, where Hunter is going to get possessed by Belos and become his new vessel and body. I don't think that's the case. Is Hunter going to be... And, like, this is what I want. Because the other thing, the idea is that Hunter is just going to be used as a pawn and he's going to be made into... Hunter is just going to be made into, like, an ingredient, basically, to create the Day of Unity. Like, all the magic is going to flow into him and make him into what we use to open the door and all that stuff. I hope that's not the case. What I hope is, because of the running theme of the Owl House, at least especially season 2, and the other thing is parents and their kids, and trying to help their kids. Where people are going to give me shit. Camilla wants to help her daughter. Be normal in a sense, have friends and all this stuff, be normal, but like unknowingly, unintentionally, she does harm Luz, sending her to a camp that is quote unquote supposed to make her normal, aka think inside the box, and that unintentionally hurts Luz, unintentionally, is a bad thing. She has good intent. She has intentions to want to help her daughter, but she unintentionally hurts her. Odalia, in a sense, is a very similar case, where Odalia wants Amity to have one of the best jobs there are, become a witch coven leader. She wants her family to be rich. She wants them to have money, to have honor, I guess, to their name and shit. She does this, however, and it harms their kids, which is obviously bad. But in a sense, you could kind of say she is doing it, where I would say, yeah, she's still doing it for her family. Eventually, like, in the end, what makes her leave Luz and Willow alone and Gus alone and be Amy's friends and stuff is, in the end, because Aldor brings up, look, she's becoming even stronger without you messing with stuff. Leave her alone. Let her grow with them because it's making her stronger. And Odalia basically leaves that alone. Will she leave that as all there is? Probably not. But there is that. Gwendolyn obviously wants to help her daughter with the curse, but in the end, like, basically pushes away her other daughter, and then also literally says, I'm gonna, I'll basically mutilate my daughter to get this thing out of her. And, pushes Ida away. And if this is a constant running theme, if this is something that's constantly going to keep happening, I think, especially because of like this entire scene, Belos doesn't seem mean. He doesn't seem cruel. He doesn't seem evil. Which you could say, well, he's probably just, hiding it. I don't think so. Because there's no one around. Unlike the other times, at least the way I see it, where there's other people who's around, there's no one around him. He's taken off the mask of the Emperor. He's Belos. He's whoever he is. And he's just Hunter. He wants to, I think, this is who Belos actually is. He's a somewhat kind person to his family. He is, yes, he was mad at Hunter for, failing, stuff like that. And again, that's not a good thing. But I do feel like he does legitimately care for Hunter. Where he says right here, did you stay up all this time because you wanted to hear his stories? Did you want, my guess is he's doing all this so Hunter can live a life that he can't. My guess is that the reason why he's creating this portal to the human realm, the reason why he wants to collect all these pieces and all this magic and all this stuff, and the reason why he gave Hunter this mark maybe is because, yes, maybe it is going to have to deal with, the Day of Unity and bringing the Boiling Isles to the human world. That might be the case, which I hope it's not. But I'm hoping what it is Belos is trying to give Hunter the life that he couldn't. Where he's trying to give Hunter a life where he can be, quote-unquote, normal. For their meaning. Where Hunter won't grow. Hunter's at the point where he's at the base where he will become an adult. So at this point, he might actually start developing whatever's happening to Belos, the instability of the spell. My guess is Belos is trying to save Hunter from that fate. Whatever he's going to do. Because we've seen already, Belos needs magic. He needs to eat palismans, basically, to stay strong, so he can stay powerful, as well as, not go crazy. So whatever curse or messed upness that is with him doesn't overreact. My guess is he's trying to do pretty much that here. He's trying to use the Titan as well as the other Coven stuff to basically make Hunter the perfect Grimwalker. To make him someone who won't have to deal with the same deformities, birth defects, I guess, that he's had. He's trying to save, basically, his son. And I would like that if that was the case. Because it adds way more depth to Belos. It adds way more to the message of this series. Where, again, you have Ida becoming Luz's mom. You have, showing, she sacrifices to make sure her daughter can eat. Make sure her daughter and son are clothed or, have a peaceful life. Odalia makes sacrifices, or Odalia makes their kids create sacrifices, and that harms them. And again, similar things happen with Gwendolyn and Camilla. I've been saying Odalia, I went at Camilla for the Luz thing, but anyways, they're unintentionally hurting them. I feel like Belos, he trusts Hunter to go out and do missions, but obviously after this mess up, he's like stay here. I have plans for you. Whether that's good or evil, it's yet to be seen. But I'm hoping it is good. I hope it is that he wants Hunter to do it. Mind you, it still means there's probably gonna be a shit ton of dead bodies, and there's probably gonna be a lot of bad things happening. I'm not covering that, but I would love the idea of yeah, he's doing this to help Hunter. He's doing this to protect Hunter. I don't want Hunter to just be an ingredient or Belos to be just evil, like, ah ha ha, my evil plan. I want him to be the opposite of King Andreas from Amphibia, where he just used his stepdaughter to get to the human world. I want him to be the opposite. I want it to be that Belos is going to save Hunter and basically make sure his son does not falter, does not get broken or hurt. That he wants to save his son. I hope that's the case. I don't know when this will probably be either revealed next episode or maybe the season finale or series finale. Who knows? But that's what I want this to be, and that's kind of what my theory is. That Belos, in the end, is not trying to use Hunter. He's trying to save him from whatever he is. He's sacrificing himself. He already knows he's dying. He already knows he's pretty much dead. And with even the Palastrums, the Palastrum woods and all that stuff pretty much gone, like, he's has a limited time. So the only last thing he can do is try to save Hunter. Try to save Hunter, that way he doesn't have to be on the same magic eating that he's on. That way he can live and for however long and protect him. I hope that's the case. Because again, that it ties in with the theme of the parents. And it even ties Belos into something kind of similar with Ida, being a parent who will sacrifice everything that they have for their child. And I like that. I think that'd be cool. And it would add way more to Belos' story as well as everything else. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Do you think that might be Belos' case? That he is trying to save Hunter? Or do you think he's just using Hunter? Again, my idea is he's going to use that seal to channel all magic into him. There is the whole bit where they tried to get Ida with the seal too, when trying to make her join the Coven. I think maybe that lends a little bit more to the idea that maybe they just need an empty vessel, because maybe Belos knows about the curse on Ida, so maybe he saw, like, okay, well, Ida's probably gonna lose all of her magic, and then I could use her for the thing that'll, like, teleport this world to the next one. That could be the case, but I honestly would prefer, again, the parenting, the father-son dynamic to happen here, where he wants to, where Belos is kind of the in-between between Ida and Odalia, where, yes, he is tough on Hunter, especially when the mask on and everything like that in front of others, because he wants Hunter to be strong, because he's going to leave the Boiling Isles to him. He's going to leave the legacy of Belos and the Emperor and all this stuff to Hunter, because, he wants to save his son. He wants his son to be better off than he was. I hope that's the case. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. For videos that I've done, links are on my face. Go to another show and share videos. Hopefully enjoy this. Check out Owl Wolf Town, my own little witch story that I've tried doing. Obvious inspirations. But thanks for watching. For my videos, hopefully enjoy this, and we will. See you later. But yeah, I honestly am hoping, because that would be so tragic, as well as it would give Hunter a cool arc, since that then means like would Hunter go against Luz for basically his dad who sacrificed himself to make sure Hunter would live and stuff like that, or will Luz have to make a sacrifice to let Hunter die? Like, there's a lot of cool things that could happen from this, and I like that.